Good morning out there. Let's make sure everything's going good. As we make sure the audio is fine. Yep, okay. Audio is fine. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Resales. My name is Ryan. I get stuff from yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, similar places, and try to make a few extra bucks online. I've got a few boxes of books here, and we're going to look them up this morning. So that's what I'm doing. Hymnals, yearbooks. There's some history books here. A handful of other old books and stuff. I got some sheet music. So I figured I may as well see if anybody else jumps on and we'll look at this stuff together. So that's what we're going to do. So I got eBay pulled up and we're going to be checking completed sales and see what hits we can get. So there we go. So let's go with some of the mundane stuff and then we'll go from there. A bunch of these books I got from, I would say almost all these books came from estate sales over like a couple weekends ago. I hit, I think 3 or 4, I think it was like 3 estate sales. It wasn't just like yard sales. They were like 2 estate sale companies and one big family like clearing a house out. So it was either there was like a bunch of neighbors all got together and they were clearing a whole ton of stuff out. So scored a bunch of stuff, and so we're gonna go through. So first off, communicable disease nursing. This is a 1949 book, which is why I picked it up. Like all these books I got were stupid cheap, so it's one of those situations where they were so cheap, I just grabbed every old book I could get my hands on, and then we'll just go from there. So 1949 communicable disease nursing. And what I'm probably going to do, let's see, completed on this one. There's a sale for $2.75 plus shipping. So this is the type of book. I'll probably put this in a lot of other similar, find something similar to them, even color sometimes, of old books and do it for about $3 a piece. And if you can get 5 or 8 together, it'll work. So if I come across maybe a few more medical books, maybe a stack of 4 or 5 blue old books. I've sold something like that before, but stuff like that can still sell. You just need to line it up. So that's kind of what's going on there. So, all right, next up, what is this? My English book 3 from, let's see, what year on this? 1941. 1941, my English. That's what we're going to try first. That brings up. Okay, that brings up a too few. That's a little too broad. So we're going to go with the My English book 3. And let's see here. All right, we're going to have to use some quotation marks. No exact found, so I'm going to do My English. I'm going to drop the date and just do My English book 3 with My English in quotation marks. No completed sales. No exact matches. So that's just going to probably be, that's probably just going to go in that stack of just old books for $3 or so. Next up, religious book, The Prophet, Khalil Gibran. I've sold a few Khalil Gibrans. I don't think for a lot of money. It's some of the older ones may do. The Prophet Khalil Gibran. Let's see. That's hardcover. That looks like that there's. Is there a year on this? If this is one that was like a first edition, then maybe. I think it's one of those been reprinted a bunch. Yeah, reprinted 144 times. This is September 2009. This is $5 book. This is probably actually gonna. I may just donate this one, or throw it in my flea market lot and see if how it does. And if it doesn't, we'll get rid of it. So that one's gonna go. All right, another old book, A Treasury of Laughter. This one's fun. Anything goes. Good morning from Vermont. Yes, I do let Yankees in the chat. Just behave. Don't do, I don't know, Yankee stuff. So, Grandpa always had a joke about there's a difference between Yankees and damn Yankees. Damn Yankees won't go home. So, there you go. Let's see here. This is 1946, A Treasury of Laughter. I don't know if that would have had a dust jacket, but we're going to look that up. "1946, Treasury of Laughter." Oh, that's some. Never mind. Got excited for a second because there were like some let's check completed sales. People were wanting 30 or 40 bucks for this book, and then there was a guy at 10 bucks. So let's see where this comes out at. Yeah, $10 book at best. There's, well, now I'm leaving my carpet bag and heading to all the sales closest. Yeah, well, then you got to haul them back. So, yeah, there you go. This is one of those, it's like both useful and irritating at the same time. The result that came up under completed sales, there was one $10 sale for this book. And then there's somebody who's trying to do an auction at $10 with $5 delivery, and it's rolled over 3 times at least so far. I never understand that. I never will for small ticket items. Don't auction. The only time I think auctions make any sense is for big ticket items that don't necessarily have a definite value. That means stuff over 50, 60 bucks that you know is going to sell and you can run, and you don't really have a firm idea of value. That's the only time you do auctions on eBay anymore. Anything under that, either throw it up with a buy it now and gradually bring the price down. Morning, Kevin. Or if you get a definite price, put it up for buy it now. It just doesn't make sense to do auctions. So for low ticket items. So there you go. All right, next up. Hey Kevin, hope you saw the title. Doing a bunch of live lookups. Been looking some books up. Just saw this one. This is going to go in like my $3. Now look here. These 3 books are all probably $3 to $5 books at best in reality. So if I find a few more blue books, old blue books, I could lot these up for $3 a piece and sell, or like do a lot of 5 or 6 for 20 bucks shipped. There you go. So that's what I'm probably going to do with that stack. All right, let's see what else we got here before we dive into those. I don't think this one's going to be worth a chunk, but we're going to look it up anyway. 5 Little Peppers and How They Grew. This is an old Whitman book. This is one of those, I suspect this is like a $3 book and may sell well if you have several in this series. So, 1965, 5 Little Peppers. Let's see. Oh, there's a $8 plus shipping sale and a $8.75 sale. Let's see how many there are about this one. 1711. Okay. This one, there's a $4.29 that hasn't sold. So this may be okay to list at like $8.99, we'll say. But I probably won't. Unless I'm not saying I'm going to death pile this. Maybe I'll see if I have a few other similar books I can lot up, and I may even try it on Facebook Marketplace. Some of the homeschool book groups that I'm going, because this is a sort of a popular title there. So, and it's a little beat up. There's a little nick in that. So this may go better in that sort of situation. So there you go. All right. Next up, religion. Both of these were available, so we'll see how this works. The Catholic Answer Book and the Catholic Answer Book 2 by Peter Stravinskas. So let's go with that. The Catholic Answer Book, Stravinskas. Not Stavinskas, that's T-R. Stravinskas. Okay, book 1 sold for $4.39 from a thrift books sale, but nobody has both of them. So I'll probably put these two up for $9.99 for both of them, and take like $8, $7 or $8 for both. So again, I paid one price for all this big stuff. So just throw the cheap stuff. If it sells, it sells quick. It sells. If not, it not. This one's interesting. Heloise and Abelard by George Moore. This is from, there you go, 1932. So 1932, Heloise Abelard. Okay, have an unsold one. Oh, there's just one out there. Let's see. Well, this book sells, like the title sells, as to whether or not this specific edition, somebody's got like this specific edition for sale for like $10, but I'm not seeing, I'm seeing this book sell a little bit. So this may be a $10 book. That I may have to try along those lines. Let's see. Yeah, somebody wants, it looks like somebody wants specifically about $12 for this book. I may put this up for $9.99 and see. I may even see if I can't line it up with some other old books and see if I can get a good lot there. So that's that one. So no major home runs so far, but we'll keep going. This one was fun. They Got Me Covered by Bob Hope. Let's see. A little small old paperback. They Got Me Covered, Bob Hope. Let's see. All right. Yep. Okay. This is, yep. Somebody couldn't get an auction to sell for 99 cents plus shipping on this book. So this will go in my flea market bin. Maybe if I can find a good lot to kind of mix this into, might work, but that'll go in my flea market bin. All right, next up, the Grand Louvre, the Palace of Collections New Areas. So this is a fun book. So museum books I have sold before, because like sometimes the only place you can get them is in the museum. I don't know if this is a museum specific book, but we'll take a look. Don't have a year on it, but we'll take a look. Let's see here. So the Grand Louvre. We'll go with part of the subtitle. Nope, not that one. Okay, all right. There's other folks who tried this. This book is for sale. Like the lowest is even going down to $9. Wow. There's a thrift books for $7 that hasn't sold. So yeah, that's kind of stinks. But do look up museum books, because occasionally you may find something that's worthwhile. And sometimes this is kind of what auction books look like, and that's something you really want to go for because I've sold a handful of auction books like Sotheby's and stuff, and they kind of look like this because they're kind of picture book catalogs, and they have real good photos in them. So keep an eye out for that type of stuff too, and maybe you'll come across. Okay, all right. Here's a couple. Here's a few fun ones that I haven't gotten a chance to look up, and I'm real interested in. Where's the rest of them? Okay. I got these may need some cleaning. Don't rip. Don't rip. Don't rip. Ha! Okay, it just unstuck. Okay. This is fun. All right. Chronology. Ogden. Yeah, not a huge demand for Bob Hope in 2025. No, not exactly. Now, if that was signed, let's double check and make sure. If this was signed, it'd be something else. But yeah, that's not signed. that's not signed. So if that was signed, it'd be something, but it's not. So all right, this next one, chronology, Ogden Air Material Era, Hill Air Force Base in Utah. There's a series of books here. History of Ogden Air. It's a little bit thicker book. So different years. So this is going to be interesting. Now I'm going to not wager, but I'm going to guess that this is one of those things that it sits and sits and sits, and then somebody needs it and pays whatever you were asking for it. Sometimes. So that's what we're going to go with. But let's see. See if I Ogden chronology Ogden. Let's go with just that description and see what pops up. Oh, individual books are for sale for 15 to 16 bucks. Let's see what we got here. Okay. All right, we have a pricing here. This whole stack not super valuable, but there's something here. Went for looks like 20 bucks plus shipping. So this may be a $30 set. I'll probably drop that, put this down for $49.99 free shipping, and then see what happens. Because it looks like there isn't the full set for sale. And that's just individual books, which is, I think, a mistake on that. If you got a full set, you sell that full set. All right, next up. All right, yearbooks. When they're cheap, buy them. They're $20 to $30 sales. I'm not saying it's easy, but what I'm going to do here first, I'm going to do a general check here. All right, this is the Associated Student by Boise High School of Boise, Idaho. Now, I'm going to look this up. $1949 Boise Courier is, I think, what we're going to go with. 48. We go with 48. All right. There's a handful of Boise yearbooks that have sold in this era. So they're going between 20 and 30 bucks. So I'll probably put this one. But what I'm going to check, Boise High School famous alumni, and see, and large high schools, and there's actually a lot. Using AI program to find celebrity notable class members in yearbooks. Google does that for you. With Google, just do a regular Google search, and it does it now. So, and sometimes you can get. It didn't bring it up this time, but it has that sometimes if there is a significant hit, AI will grab it. But there is a Wikipedia hit, And so what we'll go is we'll titles, activities, campus, and you've got notable alumni. Sometimes there's not enough data for AI to grab something unless somebody's like really famous. Uh, but most of the time, but we're going to double check that and see. Now, what, and maybe I may give this a little bit. I'm going to scan through the names and see if there's anybody. Usually, the Wikipedia page will have just like any politician that listed, and usually famous uh, athletes. So that's what majority of uh, this kind of grabs is famous athletes and politicians. So it looks like there isn't anything. It's kind of surprising for I guess a town like Boise High School, like their major high school, that it doesn't necessarily hasn't produced anything. So, um, so I want to check 19. I'm going to drill down 1940s. Let's see what comes up. So we know Lubbock Grove. Okay. Frank Church, Dwayne Beeson. Okay, nothing. Okay. I actually put in, to answer your question, anything goes. I did a Google search for Boise High School famous alumni 1940s because this is a 48 yearbook. And it actually, the AI actually did grab a few results, but nothing that was super outstanding. But on eBay, there were some sales of 1940s, early 50s career yearbooks. So I will probably put this up for $30, and then we'll see what happens there. So 1949 Basilian. Let's see what else we got here. 46 Comets. 47 Comets. See if they're and 1949 Courier. I think I may have actually done a sale for this, but that lookup will cover both of those. So 1946 Comet is Franklin High School of Boise, Idaho. So 1946. 1946 and high school Comet. Not that word. I gotta spell things right. All right. Nothing else. 68. Nope, that's Detroit. And then we'll drop the year and see what comes up. All right. There looks like there aren't a whole lot of sales for this yearbook period. It says Franklin High School. Somebody wants $85 for a Franklin High School. Okay, we're gonna have to poke a little bit on this one because it doesn't seem now with none for sale and none having sold. Well, I'm actually have a little something here. I sold 3 yearbooks at Marissa Tomei star. Okay, well, that's actually useful info, but I wonder if it didn't. It may not have drove the price up, but it may have helped it sell faster. So that's useful too. So we're going to go. And the other side, Notorious. I wonder if, like, somebody Notorious wouldn't. Franklin High School, famous alumni, 1940s, Boise, Idaho. Let's see what this pops up. All right. There's nothing on. Oh, Kenny G went there. Um, oh, that's Seattle. Never mind. Uh, okay. All right. So these two. Um, it is fun. There's actually some. This is neat. There's some other ephemera in here for this high school. So um, this actually might help it. There. Oh! Is this a report card? Oh wow! I've got a report card from the 1940s. Let's see. I'm not give her name, but let's see if she was smart. Was she smart? Was she smart? Well, she passed. Let's see here. It's not A's and B's, so I don't know. Okay, one, two. Okay, one's A, two, three. Okay, she was smart. She was smart. Oh, you got a grade for attitude, penmanship. So, well, there you go. So, somebody's report card and then various other ephemera in here. That's also kind of fun. So, um, a bunch of other names and that sort of stuff. This is kind of neat. So, this will probably go up. Oh, wow. Interesting. Old soldier photo as well. So, very fun. Very fun. Old history is fun. Um, and I may do a little more research on this to make sure of something, but I may also contact to see if they have a local history place that may be willing to buy it. But we'll see. All right. And then finally, the Basilian 1949. See if this isn't another Boise, Ogden, Utah. Well, that's from something else. Let's see. Basilian Judge Memorial. Is that high school? Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, this may be. This is a sort of Mormon thing. Interesting. We're gonna. Let's look. This may be more of a Mormon thing. But we're gonna look this up. Let's see. Basil. We're gonna Google this. This is Alpha may worth more than yearbook. That's very possible. That's very possible. I'm not. I know ephemera can do really well, and so I may have to do a little more homework on some of that. 1949. Cillian, 1949. Judge Memorial. Yeah, it's a. Maybe this is a college? Judge Memorial. Okay. What is this? think this is like a private Mormon college. Oh, it's high school. This isn't a private high school. Very interesting. Judge Memorial. What is that? Oh, it's Catholic high school. What? Salt Lake City. Judge Memorial Catholic High School. Private Catholic high school, so you have to. Okay. All right. All right. Notable alumni. Alex. No way. Stevie Nicks went here. What year was she? Oh, she's born in 48. That's why I'm going to be old enough. That would be fun if it was Stevie Nicks here. So, probably most. Okay. We're going to do Judge Memorial. Judge Memorial. Famous alumni. Let's see what comes up. Yeah, it looks like. Okay, nobody other than Stevie Nicks, which would be fun if she was. This is a little too early for her. So anyway, so Basilian, 1949 yearbook. So we're gonna and some nice ephemera in amongst all that, and which I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for sometimes is also the ephemera in yearbooks because ephemera is great. So and scam call can go away. All right, next up, we're gonna jump into is gonna go through eyeball some of this sheet music. And looks like this is a magazine. So from 1988 Sheet Music Magazine. So that may be maybe a whole lot easier than I thought it was going to be. 1988 Sheet Music Magazine. Let's see what pops up. All right. Well, the auctions aren't selling much. So Sheet Music Magazine, a lot of 23 isn't going for $20. Isn't going for $20. So there's a 23 lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Those aren't doing it. So I'm going to have to lot those up and try to just get whatever. Do it yourself handbook for piano playing. Do it yourself and for piano. Nope, is that piano keyboard? Keyboard playing. Do it yourself handbook for keyboard playing. For results, $5 book. So we'll put that in. But it sells. That's right. All right. And then finally, not finally, Rhinestone Cowboy plus 12 golden. Another sheet music, Rhinestone Cowboy plus 12 golden country winners. Let's see. That's not in there. So we're going to run your Rhinestone Cowboy sheet music. Let's see what that comes up with. With a handful of. Oh, somebody wants 10 for it. Let's see if there's a sale. Yeah, okay. This is a $15 or so. There were some Gunner guitar magazines. No, but I haven't run across any lately. And I have avoided magazines for a while, up until recently, kind of because because you have to ship them, particularly if they're in bulk. You have to you can't ship them media mail. So if you got a bulk of them, they get a little heavy. But now with Ground Advantage, it actually helps selling them because you can get over a pound of magazines and ship them at a reasonable rate. When before, when you had to do them priority, and it was very cost prohibitive. So I'm not opposed to shipping to selling and shipping magazines, and I've done it before. But it's got to be worth it. I can see guitar mags selling pretty decently. In real specific gun magazines. I don't know if like American Rifleman will sell, or some of the ones that are more inexpensive to get. Guns and Ammo may do it, particularly older ones. I could see that working. You could trip over some copies of Soldier of Fortune. Would be fine. So, another Khalil Gibran book, Mirrors of the Soul. That kind of was in that box, so we'll grab that right quick. Mirrors of the Soul, Gibran. This specific edition hasn't sold. So usually that's not for sale. I'm gonna have to look that one up. I may be able to lock this up with the other one and they'll do okay. So I got one more, The Poor People of Paris by Marguerite Monod. Sheet music. So, and we'll see. Poor People of Paris. M-O-N-O-T. Yeah, I didn't sell. Okay. I mean, they want, or somebody just want one. There's no, let's check completed. So that goes for $10. And it barely goes for $7 or $8. So we're gonna pass. We're gonna maybe lot some of this up together and see where it goes. You know, always. Yeah, 2 piles about 3 or 4. I feel like listing dozens and lots. Look them up. It may be worthwhile, particularly if it's kind of death pile stuff. Find a weight that works, that's practical, or lot them up. I tell you what, I've sold is architectural magazines. Those tend to do okay. But yeah, if you've got a pile of mags, lot them up in a way that makes sense to ship them, where you're not overloading yourself, 5 or a dozen mags. Maybe if you have a whole year's run, or close to it, everything in a certain year. But do it to where it makes sense, and listing of dozens and lots. So I would do it by year or related years. Just find something that kind of makes sense to group them together and go from there. All right. Finally, now for what you've all been waiting for. Maybe. Anyway, hymnals. Now, there's a handful of these I'm not going to really need to look up because I know what I got. But these are both vintage. So this is sort of the 1950s, 60s Baptist hymnal. This one's kind of the one more modern ones that gets used, Baptist hymnal. Both of these are, depending condition and a handful of other things, $15 give or take. This one may be a little bit less. These are consistent sellers, probably more in the $10 to $12 range. This one, 15 to 20, depending. So I know I got that. So get that out of the way. And a handful of these, got some older stuff, like Awakening Songs. This is an old one. This one's a little rough. So I suspect this one, and some of these older ones, unless there's some real rarity to them, are $3 to $5 to $10 type things that you line up. Sometimes, but you look them up to make sure. Awakening songs, which may be a little too generic. Oh, nope. Somebody couldn't get $5 on an auction on this. So that's about what I thought that one was going to be, particularly in that condition. All right. Next up, Precious Hymns. These are all old. Let's see, what's the year on this? And sometimes it's annoying because sometimes these don't necessarily. 1938, Precious Hymns. So we'll see. Precious Hymns. All right, we're going to have to go with the year on that. I did rant. Here it is. There's various versions of this. Somebody, but it looks like this one somebody isn't able to get $10 for. So this is probably more of a $5 to $10 book. So I will. Everybody's trying to get like $15 for this, and it's not moving. Maybe if I put this at $9.99 free shipping, I could sell it. But I think particularly if I got a stack of $3 to $5 ones, that's going to go in there. All right. Christian service songs. Ooh, with a more ephemera, an old PTA program. So I'm going to have to like stack this ephemera up. I'll have a tale about some ephemera once I'm kind of through this, maybe a little bit. What is this? Christian service songs. People are trying to get between $10 and $15 for this. It looks like little to no avail. Yeah, there's somebody who couldn't get $3 on an auction. So, yeah, this is another $3 to $5 hymnal. I did recently there is somebody in India who's bought about 6 hymnals from me all at once. So, and they were all like $10 hymnals or something like that. I had them all individually listed. He bought a handful, and it was nice. I may actually reach out to him, see if he wants any of these, but he has to get those first. This one I've got a good guess about. I think it's going to Cokesbury Worship Hymnal. And this one's a little rough, but I may have sold this before, but I don't think for a lot. And it's well known enough. It probably brings up its own. Yeah, this one's moving, depending on the year, around $10. But this one's pretty rough. So I will probably just lock that one up as well. All right, next up. All right, here's another one I don't need to look up because this is a $15 hymnal, give or take, depending color, that sort of thing. But hymnal for worship and celebration. This is not the celebration hymnal, which is a different one that also sells. But I have sold this one before, consistently in the $15 range. That means anywhere from $12 to $20, depending. All right. Next up. This one's old. Heart Songs, Melodies of Days Gone By. I'm not going to sing for you because it would be bad enough YouTube might like kick me off. That's how bad it would be. Heart Songs, Melodies of Days Gone By. That one popped up as well. Somebody can't get $10 for a similar version. Somebody wants $25 for like this specific one, and it hasn't sold. 26. And this one's so rough, there's no way I'm going to compete. So another one I'll probably lot up. That may be flea market fodder as well. So, all right. Don't need to look this one up. Foxfire 5. Foxfire Books. Took the old ones. Grab them. These things will range anywhere from 15 to 40 bucks, depending on which one. The later numbers, after about number 3, the value starts climbing. So I don't need to look this one up. Foxfire 5. This is probably, if this was like in perfect condition, this would probably be 30 bucks or more. Maybe a little bit less. I'm probably going to start this at $19.99. I got to double check and make sure on some pricing on it though, but that's always a good find. Grab every single one of those you can at $2 or less, if not more than that, because they'll flip. Going with the one Margaret Mitchell. I usually, because I got such a deal, is one of the reasons I grabbed this book, and I think this is an older version, like a 1980s version. There's no barcode, so let's see what pops this up. All right. This is like the 100th printing or something like that of Gone with the Wind. So so at best this is a $10 to $20 book. So that may be how I list that. All right, next what we got. Lincoln's Wife by Ann Culver. We'll see if this one's worthwhile. Wife Culver. Let's see. Scrolling down. All right. Like perfect condition. This is a $10 book. And this is not perfect condition. So that one looks a little beat up. So this is oh no. Yep, this is a first. Let's see on this. 1943. So this looks like this could be a first. So can I get 10 bucks for that? Maybe. So we'll see. We'll see on that. All right. More stuff. Anne of Winley Poplars, Anne of Green Gables books. If you can kind of put together a full set, you can flip them. But you got to have a full set. Okay, more hymnals. Songs of Inspiration. Is this the Jimmy Davis? No, this isn't Jimmy Davis. This is a different one. Okay. Songs of Inspiration. Let's go and see. Inspiration hymnal. New songs of inspiration. I don't want new songs of inspiration. I want songs of inspiration. Come on. Come on. New songs. New songs. Don't want new songs. I want old songs. Old songs of inspiration. Oh, that's weird. Everything says new songs of inspiration, not old songs. So this is a hymnal. So, wait. 1949. Songs of Inspiration, 194. Let's see what I comes up with. Oh, there it is. Somebody wants 16 bucks for it. See if there's a sale. Oh, and that one's rough. That's interesting. So, $25 somebody got for this book in not as good condition in the last 90 days, but it was only one sale, and there's somebody else who wants like $16, $17 for this plus shipping. So, am I looking at a $20 book? Maybe. That's what we'll have to try. This is one of the things I'll list by itself. All right. What else we got? Spiritual Life Songs. This may not show up. Spiritual Life Songs. Yeah, we're going to have to call we'll have to use Hymnal on this because that's still a little too generic. Spiritual life songs. All right. That was a $6. An older copy at $6. Okay, yeah, this is going in the $5 pile, $3 to $5 pile. All right. Best revival songs. This is a Cokesbury one. This one's a little rough. It says 1924. "1924 Best Revival Songs." Let's see. Yeah, there people want between $4 and $30 for this one. Let's see. Somebody got like a decent shape one for $10, and that one's way better condition than this one. So another $3 to $5, $3 to $5 book, which is fine. That's actually what I was expecting out of most of these. The Gospel Message in Song. And again, this one's rough. Looks like the back's missing. So somebody didn't even get $10 on that. On a similar one. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like people aren't getting real similar stuff for about $10. It's not even going for that one. So another one to put in ye olde pile. What else? Rainbow Rays. That's interesting. Rainbow Rays hymnal. Let's see what that comes up with. I'm curious about something like these. Yeah, that's another $5 to $10 one. Is there some sales on it? Oh, come on. Nope. Okay. So all these small, looks like a bunch of these, maybe if you got one in perfect condition. But all of these small paperback, cheaply made hymnals from the early pre-war 1900s these are all $3 to $5 items for the most part. There may be a handful out there. Maybe if you find one that's a super rare printing and was really not released, maybe you might have something there. But those really don't really aren't big hits. So finally, this is where we're going to end. This is where we're going to end, I think. After I talk about some ephemera stuff. Primer of Navigation. So this is fun. Index to stars. Altitude correction tables. Sun, stars, planets. Index to selected stars. Primer of Navigation 4th edition with problems in practical work and complete tables. What's the year on this? Let's see here. 1960. Primer of Navigation. This is a fun find. Let's see what that comes. All right, we're going to drop that the 1960. Looks like there was a sale. Okay, first edition is a later was like that looks like a $20 to $25 book. 4th edition. Let's see what else is out Somebody's trying to get $16 for the fourth edition, and it hasn't sold. So that's interesting. I would have thought this might. There was a chance that this would have been worth more than that. But it looks like this is a $10 to $15 book. I will probably put this up for $14.99 and go from there, I think. So, but this is fun. This is a fun book. So, all right, back to ephemera. And since we're kind of looking at religious books and that sort of thing, but ephemera, small paper products of one sort or another. It's been 3 years. Tail end of COVID. I ran into somebody who was getting, I think she was associated, or she was getting giant boxes, like the big Gaylord boxes of books from like a local bookstore. It was there. It was there. It was overstocked and stuff that people would turn in and they'd want to put on their shelves. And she was flipping stuff on Amazon and then turning around and selling stuff there to the public. And she had, and I went through it one time, and there was like what I think was out of a library of maybe some former pastors. And there were tons of small pamphlets and tracts and tons of stuff. And it was all from like the 50s and 60s. And managed to flip it for, I mean, there were some $20-$30 items in that stuff. There were some real weird, if you understand dispensationalism and that and some of that sort of stuff, some really weird, even for like hardcore fundy dispy stuff, even weird for them stuff. And it sold, all of it sold. And there were stuff that I lighted up and you would get $10 to $15 for a lot, and there were individual things I was flipping for $20 to $30. It was real neat. It was a real neat find, and came away, with some real good stuff. So when you're doing ephemera, if you come across some old gospel tracts, old stuff that's this thin, that's 10 pages, a lot of Pentecostal preachers would make collections of their sermons and print them as small books and sell them. So and all so much stuff, and so it was great. It was great find, good to take through the boxes and find some of that stuff. Well worthwhile doing. So anyway, something to look for. Thanks for Anything Goes and Kevin for joining. And anybody else who jumps on and watches later, like, comment, subscribe, and I will hopefully catch you next time, maybe. So yes, good day, good luck out there. Thanks to Anything Goes for joining me, and we'll grab all y'all next time we do this, whenever it is. Bye now.